I'm not sure where the ratings for the 2024 Oscars are going to land. They wait a long time to release those. We probably won't see them until the afternoon. They're not available at the time of this recording. But I don't really need them for what I want to talk about, which is more so some of the participants and nominees that were upset that they didn't win, such as the actor who plays Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies. He's very upset with Studio Ghibli's movie. Japan just dominating the night for the categories that they were nominated for, like The Boy and the Heron and Godzilla Minus One, which I was happy to see win because I really loved Godzilla Minus One. And it honestly should have been nominated for more things than what it got, but it's fine. At least it got its one. There was a lot going on yesterday, though. Some people were very upset with the performance of the people on the show, called the show insensitive because somebody made a joke about Killers of the Flower Moon, because you're not allowed to joke about that movie because there's murder in it. So no jokes involving that movie. People called the show very insensitive for it. Trump also roasted Jimmy Kimmel, which I found funny, and he got baited by it also and went over what he said on TV, which was pretty funny to see him get mad. Though, of course, Deadline says he skewers Trump. So that can already show you what's going on there. Now, one thing that really wasn't talked about that much yesterday, but it did happen, police kept protesters away from the building where the Oscars were held. They were actually pushed back. There was a heavy police presence because, of course, while people robbed the shit out of CVS and every store in the area, the Oscars were safe. We have to keep celebrities and elites that are attending safe from any kind of harm. So they pushed them down the road where they still demonstrated and blocked off all of the traffic, which, of course, made it hard for people to even get there. They did clear it up, though, a little bit because there's the fact that the place was packed. They had to get everybody in there. They don't want their precious award show looking empty. So they did handle it enough to where everyone got to the show. But it just shows you, like, the police there are paid more to protect elites and celebrities than the actual, like, real hardworking Americans. But California continues to vote for this shit, so I don't feel bad for them too much. This all happened at Highland Avenue in Hollywood. So I think that's worth bringing up and talking about, yeah. But the real losers, of course, Disney, their movie Elemental, bombed out, did not win Best Animated Movie. That, of course, went to Studio Ghibli. Probably the only real Disney left in the world. A lot of people call Studio Ghibli the Japanese Disney, which is actually, I think, a fair comparison because, I mean, they actually still have families that like them and trust them. And if you really want to show your kids, like, family-friendly movies, for the most part, Studio Ghibli has a great catalog, and I think that's some stuff you can share with kids. Much better than Disney. Elemental will be the last thing I show them. So, good night for them. Good night for Japan. But there was one man who rose above it all to be butthurt, and that is Shameik Moore, who's very, very upset, said he was robbed. Being a sore loser, and this comes from the actual media, which is true. You're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to be humble and show some humility. Like, okay, we lost, but congratulations to Studio Ghibli and The Boy and the Heron. Congratulations to you guys. I loved our movie, but they're the winners, so congrats. That's what you're supposed to do. But no, he tweeted out robbed. Initially spelt it wrong and put robbed, and then I guess he deleted it and put robbed. I don't know if he deleted that or what. Oh, nope, there it is right there. Yeah, so he deleted the original and then put robbed up there, which is funny. And then people started roasting him, saying, respect the GOAT. Respect the GOAT. You got to respect him, even if you're not a big fan. Like, I'm not a big fan of Studio Ghibli. I understand some people probably be mad there, but it's just not for me, right? I think these are just good kids' movies. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even if you like them, ignore my opinion. I do respect what the guy's done, though, and I think that the popularity of the studio speaks for itself. But this guy, the voice of Miles Morales, not very happy with this, was a little upset that he lost, and went out there and said eventually, after he was probably took to the side and shit on by the studio because it's an incredibly bad look, says, "You're right. Honestly, the whole Spider-Verse team are such good sports, very professional, and I'm excited to see what comes of this. I'm young and a fighter, so forgive my nature. Congrats to the winners." Finally says that after people say, this is how you respond to losing, by the way. Yeah, it's a bad look. Like, you expected the movie to win. I'm sorry. I even like the Spider-Verse movies, but Studio Ghibli, a much better product. Even as someone that's just not a big fan of that stuff, I recognize that it's the better product. And acting like an ass because you lost is definitely a bad look, and it shows just how entitled people from entertainment are. You're big entitled narcissists, and they throw fits when they lose. And I'm sorry, my friend, you threw a fucking fit. We got robbed. First tweeted it out with the word spelt wrong, which, I make spelling errors myself, but I didn't do it after losing an Oscar. You just looked like an ass, and you deserve to get called out for it. And I guarantee you, somebody from the studio pulled him aside and said, you're freaking embarrassing us. Correct this. And he did, but still. Butthurt all around. There were even people butthurt on Twitter. Bunch of butthurt that Spider-Verse lost to the amazing Japanese studio. And I had a good chuckle out of that. So I hope you did as well. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.